Hi, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Yelena.
Welcome to our tutorial on SIRSASANA headstand pose.
You keep forgetting to introduce Mr. Connie.
Oh, sorry.
And this is Mr. Connie. He's very excited to be here.
He contributes very little.
He gives us peace of mind.
Yeah, apparently he's going to help with our views.
Yes.
That's why we got him. No, he's a very, very supportive and intelligent creature.
He is, yeah. He sleeps most of the day, hence the intelligence.
Creates quite a bit of gas. Okay, so do you like Connie? Let us know. And like the video too. And also subscribe because there will be more tutorials with Connie probably. And yeah.
So you want to come back?
Yeah, I think so. And if you don't like Connie, let us know too, because we need to know. Yelena needs your full address and a way to contact you. Okay, SIRSASANA headstand. This is also, as always, an Ashtanga definition of it, because SIRSASANA shows up in all traditions, classical posture, but we have our own conditions, we call them,
and
boundaries.
And so this will, of course, influence the way we hold the pose, because in Ashtanga, headstand's part of the closing sequence. And so it means that we're actually holding it longer than we hold any other pose in primary series.
Yeah.
Right?
True, yeah.
So that, of course, then influences the setup that we have that is very specific to Ashtanga yoga.
Yeah, so there's lots of different headstands actually. In the intermediate series, we do 7 headstands at the end of the sequence. And one of those is this version that we're going to do now. The main reason that we're doing this particular setup, we'll see, is to give you enough support that you can keep the weight off of your head. So your neck stays nice and long because we hold it for a long time. We hold it for a long time to accrue certain benefits. The idea is that when you're inverted, there's a host of sort of physical benefits that come, because you're basically working against the effects of gravity or using gravity for your benefit. Turning upside down, all the blood comes down to your head.
Helps also calm down your heart rate after the practice.
But energetically speaking, the idea is that you're slowing the sort of metabolic fire. The bindu that usually is dropping from Sahasrara chakra down into Agni, your internal fire, that dripping stops when you go upside down. So you pause and even reverse the effects of age.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should charge a lot more.
Yeah, the longer you hold it, the better you get. I think it's Swami Shivananda that says if you can hold headstand for 2 hours, you become a master of time. Wow.
I can see why.
Yeah? Yeah, we always say if you have 2 hours to hold headstand, you're already a master of time. Okay, so let's begin. Connie, you're going to have to move. Okay, come here.
Go to your basket.
Okay, this is the setup. You're going to bring your elbows shoulder width apart. So that's a way to, check shoulder width, assuming your forearms are about the same breadth as your chest and shoulders. And then rotate on the elbows and interlock your fingers. One of the tricks that we like to teach is to tuck the bottom pinky finger, the bottom little finger, inside so that you can get your hands completely flat, okay? And whatever you do, don't extend the pinkies because if you fall over, you could, snap them off. And we're going to try to maintain this line here so that Yelena is on the outer edge of the forearm. Just be careful about rolling towards the back of the hands, okay, and towards the outsides of the arms. So we want to stay on that firm outer edge, and that's going to give us the most access to our upper body strength. All right, and from there, you're going to bring your head down and come down just in front of the crown of the head. So the position, the spot on the head that contacts the floor is just in front of the crown of the head, and that should create kind of a nice, well, you won't see it yet because of the rest of the position, but a nice even curve in the neck. So we don't want the neck to be completely flat, and we don't want it to be too curved when we're in position. We almost want it to be like the same as we are in samastiti or when we're standing straight. All right, once we've got that position, you're going to activate your arms by pressing the forearms down into the floor. Did you see what Jelena did just there with her fingers? So she's going to bring the thumb and the index fingers back against the head, and that's going to help stay on the outer edge of the palm, otherwise she collapses the hands. And pressing down through the outer edge of the hands, through the wrists, through the forearms, watch what that does to the shoulders here. She pushes down through the arms, and the shoulders are going to activate and come away from the ears. And then she's going to tuck the toes under and lift the knees and walk the feet in. So everybody can do this, some version of it. Now, if your hamstrings are short and you're feeling a lot of tension, you could bend your knees, and this might be as far as you go. This is fine. So everybody can get into this position and work on building this kind of support in the upper body. If you're doing the full version in Ashtanga yoga, you know, you've been working at this for a while, you're confident on your arms, then your legs are going to stay straight, and you're going to bring the hips just a little bit past the shoulders for a counterbalance. So see how they move forward of the shoulders, and then pushing through the arms, squeeze the legs together, and slowly come up straight leg into an inversion. So good, right? Perfect. Okay, come on down. All right. How's that feel?
Feels nice. My face is probably red now.
No, it's
Not
okay.
so bad?
Not as red as mine would go. Okay, so that if you can do that, great. You probably don't need too much of this tutorial. But it can be sort of difficult to be able to lift the legs straight like that together. So an option would be to lift one leg at a time, and with bent knees probably is going to be the easiest way to do it. Don't jump. Don't jump when you do this pose, because
Or kick.
Or kick up. Yeah. Don't do anything too quick, because you're on your neck, you know. It's easy to move sort of randomly and strain your neck. You don't want to do that. Okay?
So for that reason, we always teach that the legs, in one way or another, stay together, in particularly the knees. So you'll see it in a second, even in modified version where we walk and then tuck one leg in and maybe alternate, we still kind of put the emphasis on keeping the knees together, because keeping the knees together teaches you to keep finding that squeezing action that David was mentioning, which is so important when you start doing the straight leg lift.
Yeah. And squeezing the legs together is a way to activate your core too. If you just do it now while you're watching, squeeze the thighs in towards each other, you can feel your abdominal muscles start to engage. And so we want that nice and strong coming up into the pose. Okay, you want to try again? So again, same setup. And when Jelena gets the head down on the floor, even though the head is touching the floor, it should be for balance and things, she's always using the arms, remember the shoulders away from the ears, using that to try to mitigate, to lessen the weight on the head, so that the head is down, but most of the support is coming from the shoulders and the arms, really pushing into the floor. Okay, and so she'll straighten the legs to start and just do her best, you know, walking in. Here again, if you find it's difficult to keep the legs straight, then you can bend your knees as you walk in. You're going to bend them anyways, right? So before you try to lift up, make sure that you let the hips come as far forward as you can over the shoulders. If you start to feel like you're going to tip that way, then obviously don't go any further, but try to resist more with your arms. The more the hips can come past the shoulders, the easier it's going to be to lift, right? As a counterbalance, within reason, within reason. Okay, and then we'll keep one foot on the floor. So we'll keep Yelena's left foot on the floor. She's going to lift the right leg up and the heel towards her bum. And see how the knee is staying close to the chest as she's coming forward. She's going to keep that together and then tip a little bit more. It'll be a bit easier because that one leg is lifted, and you're going to feel like you come higher onto the toes on the other foot. This could also be a good place just to chill out and breathe and work on getting your strength together. If you feel okay, yeah, you could switch the legs. Try. Yep. If you feel okay, then maybe you could lift the other leg up. This is challenging. Look how Yelena lifted there. She brought the heel towards the bum as well. The knees are still close to the body. Try not to let the knees come up too far away from the body at the beginning, because that'll make it more likely you'll go over. From here, squeezing the legs together, pressing through the arms, she can slowly start to extend. And maybe you don't come all the way up at first. For the first little while, this can be fine. Once you start to feel more comfortable, you've got the balance, keep pushing through the arms, hold the stability here, and you'll come the rest of the way up. Good. Once you're in position here, one of the things I always think about doing is puffing my upper back. So almost like I'm pulling my front ribs in and trying to round a little bit in the upper back to access that strength. Keep pushing down through the wrists and the hands. And then try your best to tuck your tailbone and engage your glutes. Squeeze your bum here to help you extend the front of the hips and find that nice straight line. The feet are pointed and together, toes point up towards the ceiling. Eventually you want to hold here for 15 counts, and then we would come down to a pike position. So then you'll lower down halfway. You could just go any angle, towards that. Hold here for 10 counts, 10 breaths, and then inhale, come all the way back up, and exhale, come all the way down. Keep pushing through the arms as you come down. Take your time. Good. Coming down like that, like a negative, is a great way also to train your strength. Okay, that was a little bit of time upside down.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should say that if you are learning and building strength, at any point, if you feel any pressure in your neck or any tension, you should come down. So similar to when we talk about knees, don't put up with discomfort in neck because it only gets worse and worse. It requires a lot of strength to hold yourself there and have your head kind of only carry 10-15% of the body weight.
Your arms.
Do
all the work.
All the work. So just make sure to give yourself a break. Then when the sensation in the neck are gone, maybe you can lift back up again and hold it for another few breaths. Come down, and eventually you'll notice that it's getting longer and longer because your upper body's starting to support you for better.
Yeah, I think tired shoulders is the goal there, feel the work in the shoulders, feel like you're getting tired, and that's when you push. Mm-hmm. But any pain at all in the neck? No. And then again, remember the squeezing of the knees, of the legs together, helps us engage our core. And whenever our core gets engaged, maybe it's even our bandhas that are working, we start to distribute the work more evenly throughout the body. So it almost feels like you become a little bit lighter. Even all of your weight is still in your arms. Getting the legs to work, pulling through the lower belly kind of helps you feel like this lifting sensation as well. Actually, we do lift the head in, what do we call it? SIRSASANA C position. There's this other version of it that we lift the head right off the floor. Let us know if you want to see a tutorial on that too. Okay, thanks so much for joining us, and Connie. And let us know, if you like it or anything else you want to see. We do read the comments and we'll make a video for you. And make sure to subscribe so you'll get notifications when we post new stuff as well. Yep. Thanks. See you soon. Bye.